Hello, all you lovely learners in Learning Land. Today I'm going to show you how to take bass riffs and bass tabs and convert them to ukulele licks and ukulele tabs, which means you also get to check out my very bad bass skills today. We do new ukulele tutorials every single Wednesday and Saturday, so if you like this kind of content, hit subscribe, never miss a lesson. Also, you can get printable tabs for every lesson by becoming a Patreon. Links in the notes. This particular lesson is pinned in the first comment of the comment section. My email's in the description if you want some one-on-one lessons. Let's do it. Grab the ukulele brain attention span, follow me on in, and let's turn your favorite bass riffs into ukulele riffs. Let's do it. From bass to ukulele. Okay, so we're going to start out with, and we got some good news. If you know the tuning of a bass guitar, it's E, A, D, G. And so there's some good news in that. One of them is we have an E and an A. A lot of bass riffs, because they want to be low and utilize the low frequencies of the bass, will be entirely on the E and the A strings. So those are the easiest to convert. We're going to take a look at the famous riff to Another One Bites the Dust. We put the tabs up, and these are the bass tabs. We see those are entirely on the E and the A string. So we just take that bass tab and transform it and put the exact same thing on our E and A string. All right, now that we have them up here on the ukulele, we might as well learn them so you can walk away from this lesson with a couple cool bass lines. So we have them up there, and we're going to start off 5, 3, 0. And those 5 and 3 are 16th notes that start on the A after the 4. So you time it 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 1, and a 1, and a 1, 2, 3. And we're playing them staccato. You play the note, and then you kill the note. Like that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then just a 16th before that, you're going to play open. And then 2 more opens. Open, open, 3, open, 5. If you look there, that last 305, that's going to be 2 and a 2. So that 5 doesn't land on the third beat. So a little syncopation. You really want to listen to the song to get the groove exact. But it's like, and do 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 do. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, and do 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 do. All right, so that's our first one, and that's the E and the A rule. So knowing that, let's take a look at these bass lines, and particularly we're looking at, well, if I play it and I just have the bass tabs up and I play it, I get doot 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 do 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 do. So that bow bow. If we take up the ukulele tabs now, we look at them, we see that open D, 5th fret, and then 2nd fret is the 7th fret here. So it starts off, most of it's the E and the A rule. Bop 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 bop. Doot 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 doot. And then this is the part where we had to transcribe it because the bass tab went 3, 2, 0. So 3, 2 on that is our 7th fret because again, we're using this 5th fret of the A string as the D note. So it'll be 2 and then 0, 0 would be 5, 5 because that's that D note. These particular parts does help if you know the fretboard. So I did a lesson, if you're curious, on how to use chord shapes and bar chords along with octaves to learn the entire fretboard. I'll link that up there, okay? Oop, excuse me. So we get doot, 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 3, 7, 5, which would be 2-0, 7, 5, 2, 2. Then we go back to the EA rule. Do, 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 do. Okay, so just know that this 5th fret here is your D note, and that marks where you would play and start anything on the D string. All right, next one, come together. We look at that. There's no EA rule. Well, we see some notes on the A string, but that's pretty far out. So here we're gonna have to actually use the fretboard to figure this one out. The first one, 5, 5, slide 12. Well, we already know that our 5th fret is the D note, so good for us. But let's say we didn't. It's still the A string, and we see that it's 5, 5, 12. So to know what this note is, you would go A, B, C, D, and figure out that way. A sharp, B. No sharps or flats between B and C, so B, C, C sharp, D. And the 12th fret's the octave. So whatever this note is the same as the open string. 12th fret of the A string is an A note. 12th fret of the E string is an E note. 12th fret of the C string is a C note. 12th fret of the G string is a G note. So that instantly we know our 12th fret of our A string is another A note. So we have D, D, A. We want that to be lower. We have a D note here. C, C sharp, D. Cool. Do, do. And we have an A note right here. How can I find that note? Well, you can start on the C, and you can go down B, B flat, A. Or if you look at this one, 5 to 12, 12 minus 5 is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can play your D note and work up 7 frets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you have another A. The next note is on the G string, and it's the 10th fret. We have a G string. Boom. The only string we don't have is a C string, or is a D string, and we'll take a look at that here in a second. But so we just go to the 10th fret and figure out what that is. Now, if it's the 10th fret, it's best not to count from here, but we rather 12, because we know this is the G. We go down. We go G, G flat, F. Okay, so do, do, do. And now we're looking for an F note. We have one on this 8th fret. Remember? D, E, F. The more bass notes you learn, or the more bass riffs you do, the more this knowledge is going to transfer over. Also, the more chord melodies you do, the more you're going to see these melodies in fretboards. And the more bar chords you use, the more you're going to see these. So this is one of those situations where knowledge begates knowledge. Could I say that? Is that a literate sentence? Knowledge begates knowledge? Knowledge creates knowledge, right? And one idea, one riff that you learn is going to prepare you for 2 more. And those 2 more that you learn are going to prepare yourself for 4 more. So it's good to do this, and you're just also going to expand your fretboard knowledge. So we have 2, 2, slide 9, 8. And then we have a 12th fret slide on the D string. Now again, we know that that's a D note. Another thing we also know is the D is 2 notes below an A and 2 notes above a C. So if you were to play the 12th fret on the C string, it would be 14th. How do we know that? Because C's up 2. So you take that 12, then you add 2. So if we wanted to, we could get that note way up here. On the other hand, on the E string, it works the other way. It goes down 2. So if the 12th fret is an E, minus 2 would be your D note. So to find the D, you either kind of use the C or the E string, and you add 2 frets or subtract 2 frets. Here we're going to subtract 2, so we have the 10th fret. So our bass riff on the ukulele is going to be 2, 2, slide 9, up to 8, and then 10 slide down. Oops. There it is. Do, 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 do. There goes old flat top, he comes rolling up slowly. He got head down to open, he got head bound to roll, he got We've actually done that song if you want to check it out. I'll link it in the description. All right. That was the hardest one yet, and that is looking at the bass tab, figuring out the notes in that tab, what are the actual notes, not the tab, and then finding those notes on our fretboard. Okay, so we put this up and you see that we have 5 measures here. It's kind of cramped. The first 4 is the verse, and that's what we're going to put on the ukulele right away, because the first 4, we're going to use the E and the A rule. So pretty easy. We flip that over and we get okay, cool. Sounds great. Easy. We got that. But if we go back to the original, it's that intro that I want to look at. So let's go ahead and just focus on just the intro and make that so just what we're going to see. Why do I want to focus on just the intro? Because the intro is not on the E and the A strings. And then here the intro is also significantly higher. We see it in pitch than the rest of this. The rest of this is playing low on the E and the A. And then this riff is way up the fretboard. There are some times when you're going to have to transpose things an octave down or an octave up. So here, we can't get this way above what we're playing because it would just be too high. So we're actually going to have to play it below. That'll make more sense when we figure it out, because we see we have D string, 7, hammer 9, and then 7 on the G. So we have to figure out what 7 and 9 are on the D string and 7 on the G. Let's do G first because we have a G string. 7th fret, we want to know what that is. G, A, B, C, D. If you play these chord shapes, this specific A major shape, A, B, C, D, E, F, this is the root. So if you know this D chord, you already know this is a D note. And that's how you use chords to figure out the fretboard. Again, I'll link that one up here, okay? All right, so D, we found it. We know we got a D, and we know that a D is the highest of these notes because we have 7, hammer 9 on our D string. Well, what's that going to be? If we do it on the C string, it's +2. E string, it's -2. So +2 on the C string would put us at 9, hammer 11. But if we do it on the E string, it would put us at 5, hammer 7. So let's figure out what that is instead. E, F, G, A. A, hammer here, B. Again, because the D string says 7, hammer 9, but we're playing on an E string, so we -2. We get 5, 7. And then we remember the other one was a D note. Remember D from the earlier example? So this is, we found the notes. This was 7 on the D string, 9 on the D string, 7 on the G string, A, B, D. So we flip that intro into The ukulele, we get 5 hammer 7, 5, 5 hammer 7, 5, and then just right to 7 slide. Love it. Do 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 do. Now, when we play the riff, the chorus or the verse starts just right here. So this is actually lower in pitch because we're starting on an A note, like the open A string. And in the actual song, it's significantly higher. And that's what I mean by sometimes you have to pick out certain pieces and move them down. And that's just because the ukulele is not the bass. We're just kind of trying to get the general vibe of these licks and put them on the ukulele. So with this one, we would get from the top, we would get. Boom. And then you got that riff on the ukulele. So you can find amazing bass books with bass tabs for your favorite bands, but you can also find a lot of bass tabs on Ultimate Guitar just like you find regular tabs. You just put Red Hot Chili Peppers bass tab, Hey Joe bass tab, and you'll find all the information, and now you can turn them into ukulele licks. Take care, have a lovely day, life is good, catch you on the flip side, 10thumbspro.com, new ukulele Wednesday, Saturday, and check out these 2 lessons. This one is guitar to ukulele, and this one is I don't know yet, I haven't decided, but it's gonna be a good one. Take care, catch you soon.